is a retired WNBA center who played 12 years for the Los Angeles Sparks, standing 6'7" tall and a league average of 6 feet. It was apparent from the start that Leslie.
What's up, everybody? This is the D to the L to the N, the DL in sports, and this is the cash line, y'all. Just wanted to come on here and chop this WNBA 2-game slate up tonight and I'll give a little advice on that showdown for the NBA tonight. So I guess we're just going to jump right into it, man. We're going to jump right into it. Shout out to the DFS community, the Twitter world, the YouTube world, the cash line world. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to jump right into this, man. Right off the bat, we got LA going to Indiana. Is projected for 154 points, but LA is favored by 10.5. So they probably gonna blow them out. But one thing you got to look at with this WNBA that we don't look at as much as in the NBA. NBA, the blowouts really do count. In the WNBA, these stars play even in blowouts. If you've seen the first couple games here this season, you notice like the Las Vegas Aces, they got blew out by like 30, 40 points, but their starters played just about the whole game. So you know what I mean, so you ain't got to look at the blowout as much in WNBA. We still want to pay attention to that, but you ain't got to look at it as much in the WNBA. So coming right out the gate, we got Chelsea Gray, y'all. We got Chelsea Gray at 11-2. That's an expensive price for her, but she's well worth it. She put up 43 fantasy points the last game, hit the game-winning shot. Candace Parker is out, so that's going to put a little more usage on her. They're going to need her scoring a little more. She's a monster. Right under her at the guard position, you got Odyssey Sims at 9,900. Odyssey Sims at 9,900. Now, the LA Sparks backcourt, I think, in my opinion, that's the best backcourt in the WNBA. You got to remember, the LA Sparks and the Minnesota Lynx is the two best teams in the WNBA. They went to the championship last year. The Lynx won, but they the two best teams in the WNBA. And I would take Chelsea Gray and Odyssey Sims over pretty much any backcourt in the WNBA. So that's a circle and a check mark. Chelsea Gray, circle and a check mark. That's not really where I'm going with my guards, but I'm getting ready to give you those plays here in a minute, but they are definitely in play always. I won the most money that I won last year on WNBA with LA Sparks stacks. I just stacked them every slate just about. You know what I'm saying? Under there, you got Christy Tolliver at 9,300. Not really on her. Could be in play, but I'm not really on her. She's one of the main scorers for Washington after Della Dawn and things like that, but I'm not really going to be going there. You got Erica Willer. I call her Miss Reliable. She plays like 30 minutes a game. She's always in the game. She ain't super great at anything, but she does everything well. You know what I mean? And she going to get you that value. So she is definitely in play, not going all the way to the circle and the check mark, but she is definitely in play. So far you got Chelsea and Gray, circle and a check mark. Odyssey Sims, circle and a check mark. Under there, you got, now this is where some of that value coming at y'all. When you got Kayla McBride and Kelsey Plum and Mariah Jefferson all out for the Las Vegas Aces. Those are guards. They're all guards. You know what I'm saying? So under there, you got Tierra Ruffin Pratt not really going there. Elena Beard for the LA Sparks at 5,900. She's a defensive monster, but most times it doesn't translate to fantasy points. You know what I mean? Unless she gets a lot of steals and blocks and stuff like that, but she ain't getting ready to go crazy. I mean, she's somebody you can play, but I'm not really messing with her. She's more of a defensive usage player and things like that. Under there, you got Monique Curry at 5,300. See what she did. She got 17 fantasy points the last game. You know what I mean? That ain't what I'm looking for. Don't get me wrong. That's decent numbers. That's decent numbers for her price at 5,300, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody that I know can blow. Under her, you got Tiffany Mitchell, not really going there. Gwathaway, all these is Indiana guards. Then you got the number 2 pick in the WNBA, Kelsey Mitchell out of Ohio State, monster. Circle and a check mark. Kelsey Mitchell at 4,400, that's a circle and a check mark. Now, Indiana, they got a lot of guards playing, so that's the only thing that hurts her as far as that goes. But she is definitely in play with the circle and the check mark. Now, under there, circle and a check mark with a double check mark on it. Tamara Young, Las Vegas Aces. She's going to be starting in that backcourt. I think she put up 30 last time. 4,300. Tamara Young, Las Vegas Aces. Probably going to be starting a lot of guards out. Circle and a double check mark, y'all. Lock her in. Cappy Poindexter's under that. Not really on that. She could be a valuable play. You got Natasha Cloud. Essence Carson. 3,300 for the LA Sparks. Now with Candace Parker out, she gonna get minutes. She gonna play. She ain't no monster or nothing like that, but she's good value that'll allow you to pay up and get the big time studettes that you want. You know what I mean? But she getting a lot of hype, and she probably gonna be chalky. But I like I would go down. There's someone else which is forward guard eligible, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, that I like a little bit better than her. But Essence Carson is definitely in play. And at that 3,300 with Candace Parker out, I'm going to give her the circle and the check mark. You know what I mean? Because she's going to get the minutes, and you never know how that's going to translate over. So if we go to the forward position, you got, like I said, Candace Parker's out. Right under here, you got Elena Delle Donne. Circle and a check mark, y'all. One of the best players in the WNBA. Please believe it. She's a monster. She can shoot. She got the inside the post game, the whole 9 yards. Under her, Nneka Ogwumike. Circle and a check mark. Now, a lot of people was on her last game, but I wasn't really on her as much because they was playing Minnesota. I don't mess with Sylvia Fowles. I don't mess with her, man. Not playing somebody against her. Her, Tina Charles, certain people like that I don't really like messing with. But it was a short slate and things like that. She had a decent game. But this game, she's going up against Indiana, matched up with a Chanwa and people like that. Nneka Ogwumike, circle and a check mark, y'all. This is her night without Candace Parker, because the last one she couldn't really go crazy because Silver Fowles is a problem down low. Please believe it. Under that, you got Candace Dupree, not giving her the circle and check mark, but she is definitely in play. Under there, you got Crystal Thomas, not going there. Asia Wilson, 7,800, the #1 pick in the draft. She's been going ever since preseason. You know what I mean? Just lock her in. Some things you got to keep simple. Asia Wilson, 7,800. She is definitely in play with the circle and the check mark. She been balling the whole time. Balling the whole time. #1 pick, man. #1 pick. Now, under there, here's some of that value, y'all. Natalie Achonwa, 4,900. Circle and a check mark. The last game, I believe she put up, I want to say 38. Yeah, 38.5 fantasy points. The one earlier than that, she didn't put up as much. But she's a center. She's going to be under that basket. She's matched up. Candace Parker ain't going to be down there. So for that price, for that 4,900, Natalie Achonwa, y'all. Circle and a check mark. Now, under there, this was one of them slippery plays I was telling you about. Nia Coffey, with all them Vegas guards out, and the pivot off of Essence Carson could be Nia Coffey. She'll probably be a little lower owned and things like that, and she is definitely in play. So I'm giving her the circle and the check mark as well. And then under there, ain't really got nobody that I'm really looking at going to. You know what I mean? Nobody that I'm looking at going to. Then when you get into that one game slate tonight, y'all, the showdown, you got Houston going to Golden State. Golden State's favored by 8.5. It's projected for 224. Projection don't matter because it's just one game. It's whatever's going to happen is going to happen in this game. And I'm going to keep it simple for y'all. Iguodala is probably out. Let's lock it in. Kevin Looney. He probably going to start. Him or Nick Young, but it's probably going to be Kevin Looney. But just circle and a check mark, y'all. Kevin Looney. He's going to be the chalk, so you might as well play him. And then after that, just stack Golden State. If anything, you might want to put you a piece of Harden in there and stack Golden State. Or put you a piece of Paul in there and stack Golden State. But no matter what your scenario is tonight, stack Golden State. We're going to keep that simple. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody. Good luck, man. Really wanting to see people get to the money, not just me. You know what I mean? Puts a smile on my face when other people win, and that's real. Shout out to my CASHLINE dudes, man. Y'all know what it is. And everybody have a good day. CASHLINE, baby.